Okay, welcome to my report. So my practicum project is a firewall status display. So the problem is basically that firewalls are a pretty useful line of defense, obviously, and they can provide good insights, but usually in order to get those insights, you have to lock into an infrastructure. So as a general solution, gaining these insights is not always easy to do. There are a lot of different frameworks for firewalls. There's Windows Firewall, IP tables, and so forth. So we have solutions for custom router firmware that are used in small businesses and homes, like IP Fire. But essentially, to use that, you have to invest in quite a lot of your infrastructure. You have to change your router and so forth. So we have custom firmware like OpenWRT, DDWRT that they have firewalls, but they don't really report what's going on. They just display data, and there are some display things that will give you some insights, but it's like a patchwork framework. So there's really need for a general purpose application that can integrate with IP tables and syslog that will just run on your Windows 10 machine. So I made a stab at this in 2007, and I basically developed a quick app that will capture syslog packets and parse them out into firewall data in a user interface such as this. So this one sat in the system tray, light up whenever there's firewall activity. I also had a built-in command shell, and there's separate tabs here for syslog reports and firewalls. So you can see that here on the second tab. Basically, there was already an attempt made to go through and sift out this firewall data and kind of produce it in a reportable form. So the problems, though, is that I did develop the app, but it never went past sort of the proof of concept stage. It only has basic features. The parser is pretty fragile. It doesn't really hold up. In fact, I just tried to set up now, and the parser kind of fell apart. So another thing is that it's written a very old code base, written in the Win32 API, which I don't know if any of you developed for that, but it's not easy. And the main problem is that it only displays data. It doesn't actually give you insights of what's happening. It kind of just shows you a data table, as you saw. So my proposal is that this is a good candidate to modernize and just revamp it completely from scratch using C#, ASP.NET Core 6, modern platform. Start using a SQL database for long-term data retention so that we can do reports on it. The old program just logged a log file. So definitely overhaul the parser, make it work with IP tables, implementations that display different tags, for example, so it'll work no matter what, basically out of the box. Configuration for alerts, so you get notifications for things like scanning, brute force attempts, packet flooding, geolocation capabilities to tell you where the attacks are coming from, kind of give you some patterns of what's going on. And then at the end of the project, I'm going to include in my final report a few weeks of data and some of the insights that were gained off of that. So that's basically it. I'm open to some other feature suggestions on how to make this, more relevant. But these are going to be the basic features I have so far, and that's basically it. Just let me know if you have any questions or feedback. Thank you.